Okay, I'm going to try to find out all of the DTCs that are present in the car in the 2000 Honda Odyssey. Um, First of all, there's an OBD2 port, which I think I've pointed out before. And my first attempt was to grab a car scanning OBD2 scanner app, and the one I chose was something called Car Scanner for iOS. And I scanned it, and I got the following error code, which, as you can see, is DTC. It is a DTC, or a diagnostic trouble. Sorry about that. Diagnostic trouble code. So the DTC I got, which you can see, is P1445, and it's the only one that's reported. And I know there's got to be other codes in there that are also reporting error codes, but that's the only one that this app recognized or reported anyway. I'm going to follow that up. Instead of going there first, I'm going to get the blink codes that represent the error codes, the DTCs. And in order to do that, I'll need a paper clip like this. It's important that you get a paper clip that is not covered with some sort of plastic, because that will prevent you from being able to. So here we go. And the idea is the OBD2 port has 2 pins that you want to connect to. One is 4, and that's the chassis ground, and the other one is 9, and that's the SCS. Interestingly enough, when you connect these two, puts the car in a different mode. In that different mode, it should represent, it should tell you what they are in some secret blink codes. So we're going to try inserting this first. I'm going to put some electrician's tape around it, so it should be very low voltage, but just to be safe, I'm going to put some electrician's tape around it so that I can grab it as I insert it. Car should be off, but you never know. Anyway, I'm going to insert this in so that we connect pins 4 and 9, and we'll see what codes are reported. So I actually ran the checking for blink codes. Here you see a picture of me plugging in the pin 4. This is a close-up of it, and then you see another picture of me taking the other end and plugging into pin 9, and that this is all with the car off. And then I don't start the ignition. I actually change it to the second position, which turns on the service check system. All right, here we are back in the car, and it's currently off. I have jumpered pins 4 and 9. I can show you the picture here. The first one is just jumping, just plugging into pin 4, and then the other one is where I take the other end and I put that into pin 9. And now the next step is to turn the ignition, put it into the second spot. And let's try that. Don't turn it on all the way. Don't start the ignition, but just Okay, here we go. And I'm going to switch it around so you can see the dashboard, and hopefully we don't get we don't hurt anything with this pin configuration I've chosen. All right, let's start this baby up. Okay. So let's look at the check engine light, or the malfunction indication light, and we'll count it down. All right, so longs and then followed by shorts. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's count again. Let's see if it does it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's the only one for that. But here, IMA is flashing. Okay. There's the choice. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 6 followed by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so there's only one IMA error, and that is 6-2. Okay, let's check those out. So I've gone through and I've identified the DTCs, diagnostic trouble codes, that are associated with the blink codes. The one that was on the IMA blinking code was 62, and that was this one here. Sorry, which is DTC P1445. You'll notice the 62 there. Bypass contactor problem. And that was the same error code that was identified by the scan. So that's an issue that I'm going to have to try to track down. And the other one was harder to find. I was looking for that and I couldn't find a 6.9 anywhere, but I did see somebody referencing this error code here, DTC P1600 IMA system function, system malfunction, which deal with the ECM and the MCM, and I'm going to track those down as well. Track this one down as well. So I've got 2 DTCs that I need to track down. I'm going to try to address this one here first, because it seems more actionable. This I'll have to deal with the battery module, the bypass contactor, and that should be on the battery itself, the high voltage contactor, the motor power, what is that? The motor power inverter and its voltage, the MDM, or the motor drive module, and it has a condenser, and I'll need to check the voltage on that, because typically, actually that one's kind of interesting. What it tells you is the bypass contactor, there's two contactors. Before voltage from the battery ends up in the motor, the electrical motor, the high voltage contactor on first startup is turned off. So no high voltage voltage can get from the battery to the motor power inverter. And then what happens is the bypass contactor is turned on, but going through that is a bypass resistor. And the bypass resistor limits the voltage that is going to the motor power inverter. And so it's slowly charging the motor drive module condenser until it hits a certain range, a certain voltage range. And when that range matches up with the battery's voltage, and that has to be, let's see, the difference between the voltage on the motor power inverter module side and the battery module side is 37 volts. So if that distance is 37 volts or greater for at least 2 seconds after the low voltage bypass contactor is turned on, then that's an error. It says, sorry, I can't do it. I have to be able to do it within 2 seconds. And that's when you will get the IMA flashing light. And when you ask for it, you'll get bypass contactor problem. So I'm going to look at that one first, try to figure out exactly how to solve that. And then in my next video, I'm going to look at DTC P1600, the IMA system malfunction. This one seems to be associated with this error, the bypass contactor problem. So in solving this one, I might actually solve the IMA system malfunction. So that's why why I'm starting on this one here. All right, thank you very much.